Can you give you the mic? Can you give you the mic? Thank you so much. Yes, it's on. Thank you so much. So, how does your manifesto affect the Muslim communities in London?
My manifesto is to help improve the lives of all Londoners. Over the last 8 years, I've sought to be a mayor for all Londoners, whether you're Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, member of an organised faith or not. I know many Londoners who are Muslim suffer real challenges in relation to not having their potential fulfilled because they're going hungry at school. Their parents are stressed and they're skipping meals because they're worried about how their kids are going to eat. So if I'm re-elected, I will make my groundbreaking policy of free school meals permanent, which will really make a difference. A family with one child will save £500 a year. The second big thing I know that many Londoners who are Muslim face is their children not fulfilling their potential. Often they're underemployed or in jobs that they can do better jobs, but they haven't got the skills. Every Londoner who is on low income or not working will get free training to get the skills for jobs that are created in London. Really important in this great city. The other big issue faced in London, particularly Londoners of Islamic faith, is the issue of housing. And so we need to build far more homes in our city because often people from minority communities want to live near a mosque, near halal food, near places where there are other people like them, so they for a variety of obvious reasons. And they're priced out because there's not enough houses. So we're going to build at least 40,000 council homes, at least 6,000 rent control homes. But if later on this year a Labour government is elected, working with the Labour government, they've promised 1.5 million homes across our city. A lot of them will come to London. And the final thing to say in relation to Londoners who are Muslim is, look, one of our strengths is our diversity. It's something I'm really proud of. I've organised, since I've been there, events like Eid in the Square, Ramadan nights and so forth. Why is that important? It gives a sense of belonging. And so as long as I'm there, I'm going to carry on trying to unite our city rather than if the Conservative wins, somebody who I fear could divide our city.
Mm-hmm. So as you mentioned, unity is very important. So if you're elected, how would you maintain this unity between all communities, including the Muslim communities in London?
The first thing is we must never be complacent. Look, in my view, one of the reasons why Donald Trump won in 2016 was because friends of mine, people in America, were complacent, thinking that we've made progress, we're going to carry on making progress. And the frustration we had was the lack of pace in progress, and lo and behold, we went backwards. Right? I think the same is happening here. Over the last 8 years since I've been mayor, I think I've had 5 prime ministers, Cameron, May, Johnson, Truss, Sunak. That instability leads to problems. And they've also used policies to divide our communities, pitted north versus south, old versus young, some communities against the other. That's why we've got to be vigilant. We've got to work really hard to be friends of our neighbours, provide allyship. And one of the things I'm really proud of is how Muslims and Jews work together, or Hindus and Sikhs work together, or Christians and Muslims work together, and so forth. That's a really good model. I was last night at London Citizens, and on the stage was a rabbi and a Muslim leader working together to support asylum seekers, working together with Christians and others to have more housing in London. And that's the sort of teamwork I want to see in our city.
Mm-hmm. And my last question, if I may. So to tackle the crime problem in London, do you have any practical steps to tackle that?
Well, I'm somebody who was a member of Parliament for 11 years and been there for 8 years, and I've met too many victims of crime. I've spent too much time with bereaved families. It's heartbreaking. And what I'm clear about is what are the complex causes of crime? Not excusing it, what are the causes of crime? Deprivation, poverty, alienation, lack of opportunity. And they've got worse over the last 14 years because of government cuts. So we're going to be tough on the complex causes of crime, invest in young people, invest in youth clubs, invest in after-school clubs, invest in mentoring, invest in public services. That's the causes of crime, but also we're going to be tough on crime, more police, really important to keep people safe. We're using now a public health approach. Treat violent crime like you would an infection. Treat the infection with medicine, stop it spreading, but stop the infection occurring in the first place. That's why we're going to make sure we deal with prevention, as well as making sure we tackle those perpetrators. I don't think crime is inevitable, crime is preventable.
Thank you so much.
We've just got one radio to go, and then we'll go.
Thanks for your patience. Of course you know.
Social, yes. Hello, Sonia from Manifesto.
Good to see you. Well, look at you, look at
For us. Just just got a point here. Sometimes in life, after performing well and making informed decisions, a person miscalculates. It seems to be a miscalculation by implementing the ULEZ scheme in a time where the UK was in a cost of living crisis. This seems to be the core reason that Londoners express openly they will not vote for you again. My question to you is, what are your thoughts about possibly not being re-elected into office for Mayor of London next week? And what would you like to say to the people who have trusted you so far?
I'm very proud. Over the last 8 years, we've made huge progress with cleaning up the air in our city. Nobody would allow their children or their parents to drink dirty water. Why allow them to breathe dirty air? When I was running for mayor in 2016, King's College said it would take 193 years to bring our air within legal limits. We'll do it by next year because of the ULEZ. We also have introduced, without any government support, the biggest scrappage scheme ever seen in this country. So every single Londoner is eligible for support in the scrappage scheme. And here's the really great news. Firstly, 19 out of 20 cars, 95% of cars driving in London are now compliant. Number one. Number two, roadside emissions are down by 50%. So we've supported Londoners in relation to making the transition, but also ensure that the air is cleaner as well. So I now don't have to worry about speaking to bereaved parents who've lost a daughter because of poor quality air, or speaking to medics in Great Ormond Street, or the children even in hospital about the problems caused by air, because instead they're saying, listen, you've done great so far, what more can you do?
Okay. I have a second question which has been causing a lot of controversy. Pay per mile. You have the truth and you have the absolute truth. If re-elected, will you introduce the pay per mile into policy or into place a few months down the line, like you did with ULEZ?
So in relation to ULEZ, I'm really proud of ULEZ. I'm not going to say otherwise.
Sure.
It's a great policy. I'm quite clear. I've categorically ruled out pay per mile. In fact, I've written to the Transport Commissioner to say as long as I'm mayor, it's not going to happen. And I've cancelled the work begun by Boris Johnson in relation to this area as well. And I appreciate the Conservatives are spreading lies, misinformation, and are scaremongering. Londoners know, in relation to our policies, we've frozen fares when they want to rise them. Londoners know we've increased cycling when the Tories want to cancel cycling. We've introduced safer streets as well. I can also promise Londoners, if I'm re-elected, no pay per mile.